Hey, we are back for another edition of The Shift. How are we? How are we doing? Listen, we are shifting our mindsets. We're shifting from one year of our life into another year of our life. Are you ready for the shift? Are you ready to go to the next dimension in your life? Are you ready to go higher? Are you ready to check those things off the box that still have not been checked off by the end of this year? Get the things done. Don't wait and table it and say, I'm going to pick up the year with these unfinished things. No, we need to get those unfinished things that need to be done this year, done this year. Well, today we're specifically talking about defining moments. We know last week we talked about defying the odds. This week we're going to talk about defining moments, right? Defining moments. When we look at the word define, just looking at that word, that root word, it means a boundary point. It means a limit on something, a particular area. So when we define something, we mark out the boundary or limits of something, right? We clearly state where it is, what it is. It is clear. There is no ambiguity. There is no uncertainty. A defining moment in our lives oftentimes make us who and what we are today. So I want you to think about the different moments in your life that help define, that help shape you to who you are now. Now, some may say, I'm not really where I want to be. I really haven't evolved to the person that I want to be. Or when I look in the mirror, I'm not seeing that person. Listen, you can create new moments in your life that can help reshape you, that can help redefine you. Sometimes we have to unlearn things that we've been taught all of our life from childhood that really doesn't suit us, that really doesn't fit us. It doesn't connect to who we are or where we're going. And a lot of times we have adopted certain ideologies from other people, but it wasn't even something that we truly believed in or embraced, right? So we're getting to a phase of our life that we're learning how to define who we are. And sometimes we need to redefine who we are. Sometimes we have to go back to the drawing board, review our whole life. You know, when I was writing my book, Journey Back to Me, my book coach, she said, break down your life in decades, in 10-year increments. And I did that. And I had to go all the way back to the beginning, all the way bringing it up to the present. And I had to look at different moments in my life that shaped me, different moments of my life that cultivated who I am now. Then I started to look at myself, is this truly who I want to be? Or have the different moments in my life shaped me into being a person of what someone else wanted me to be, right? And we all have to look at that. When we think about, defining moments, we also have to think and connect it with communication. When we define who we are, this is to let the world know, hey, this is who I am, this is what I represent. I know you may know the old me. However, that old me was based in old ideologies. It was based in, what someone else wanted me to be. That's truly not who I am. But let me communicate with you so you can learn who I truly am. We know we have some short time left of this year. I need you to take this time to get quiet to yourself and start to look at the different moments of your life. Start to redefine who you are so you can be very, very that at the close of this year. So when you start out next year in January, there is no confusion to anyone around you as to what you stand for, who you are, and what you represent, right? When we look at the word moment means a very brief period of time. A very brief period of time. Our life is made up of moments, which is considered to be brief periods of time. Now, each moment should have a certain level of significance, a certain level of importance, right? A minute or a portion of time, however much time you dedicate to whatever you're dedicating it to, there's some significance around that particular moment. And sometimes people get disgruntled with their life because they have not given meaning to moments in their life. I'm going to say that again. People get disgruntled with their life because they have not given meaning to moments in their life. You have to give meaning to moments in your life. Don't live life just so casually that we're just waking up and seeing what's sticking. We're just waking up and seeing what's going to work. We have to give moments meaning. Moments should have meanings in our life. Also, another thing, when I think about defining moments in our life, I think about how we're going through an intersection in our life, right? Think about when you're driving and, you're coming to an intersection at that point in time. Even before you got to that intersection, I'm pretty sure you knew what was your next step. Are you going to continue forward? Are you making a right turn or a left turn, depending upon the signs at that intersection on what you can and can't do? And life gives us signs, right? When we enter into intersections of our life will give us signs. Continue forward, go to the right, go to the left. But are we paying attention to the signs in our own life that will allow us to create meaningful moments, not just moments that's just passing us by, not just moments that we're just throwing together. So when we think about a moment, it is a definite point in time, right? Or it is a series of events. Sometimes, we all have felt that we might have been that, rabbit on the wheel, or just, life is just spinning around in circles and it's not getting to a particular destination. I ask you, what are the series of events that have been taking place in your life, and where are those events taking you? Is it taking you somewhere, or are you just going in circles, right? Moments in time must be memorable. Moments in time are often considered brief. So we got to cherish that moment. See, a lot of times people think, hey, moments I'm always going to be able to be here in this moment. You never know. Moments are fleeting. Moments can change. You also have to feed a moment and keep that moment lively and vibrant, depending upon what the situation is and what the dynamic is. If you want your life to grow to another level, if you want your life to have meaning, you have to start defining your moments. You have to give your moment purpose, right? And then you have to communicate to others that are around you, like, listen, I have taken some quality time with myself, and I realize this is who I am becoming. And I need you to know that this is the direction that I'm taking. And as I'm communicating with you, I'm hoping you're taking some personal time so you can define moments in your life so you know where you want to go in 2024. 2024 will be more of the same if we don't define who and what we are and what we're trying to do and what we're trying to accomplish. Does that mean certain connections may have to trail back or cease altogether? Yes. And that's not an easy thing, but it's reality. And so there's a quote that says, the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenges and controversy. I'm going to say that again. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenges and controversy. And that's by Dr. Martin Luther King. So the question is, the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in the moment of comfort and convenience, but where he stands in challenges and controversy. What challenge have you faced this year? What type of controversy have you gone through or may have been through? And if it's not this year, previous year, how did you manage that challenge? How did you deal with the controversy? How did you deal with the issue? Were you able to talk through it? Were you able to work through it? Did you kind of just say, I'm just not going to deal with it altogether? How did you handle it? Here's why it's so significant. Because as we continue to grow, as we continue to build our organizations, our businesses, our leadership capacity, whatever we're doing in home and in the community, how we handle something is going to dictate next steps, right? Everything is interconnected together. Everything is interconnected together. So how did you handle it? And then how will you handle things moving forward? Because 2024 is not going to be free from challenges, right? So how are you going to process things now so you can be prepared for what is to come? There's another quote that says, faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. And that's also by Dr. Martin Luther King. Sometimes, we can't have a beautiful memory or a memorable moment because we're not willing to take this first step. So some of us say, well, I haven't had those aha moments in my life. I haven't had those memorable moments in my life. I haven't had those unbelievable intersections in my life that I crossed out of something into something even greater. And that's because you haven't taken the first step. Or sometimes fear is hindering you from wanting to take the first step. Or maybe there's naysayers around you not wanting you to go farther in your life because they just want you to stay in the land of do nothing with them. Or maybe it's your own mindset. It's those gatekeepers in your mind that's saying, I don't know if you should take this step. I'm not really sure. You cannot have a beautiful defining moment of exchange, of the shift going higher in your life if you don't take the first step. There's another quote that says, we do not remember days, we remember moments. And so for those of you that have businesses and you say, my business isn't excelling, my business products and services isn't moving, I'm not really sure what's going on. Are you giving your clients moments? memorable moments that they cannot forget, to the point they are now referring people to you. You have to give people memorable moments, because that is what will keep them coming back for your product and your services, right? Sometimes we're just trying to sell whatever the product is or whatever the service is, but there's no real exchange between you and your clientele, between you and your target audience. There's no exchange, and they just see your product and services, and they can get it from anywhere, anyone. But when you start creating a level of exchange, memorable moments of exchange, then your clients will come to you exclusively, but better yet, they're going to now refer people to you. We do not remember the days, but we remember the moments. What type of moments will you have your clients feel when they come to you? There's another quote that says, transformation is a process. And as life happens, there are tons of ups and downs. It's a journey of discovery. There are moments on mountaintops and moments in deep valley of despair. Transformation is a process, ladies and gentlemen. It is a process. So I want you to understand, even as we have, November, December left of this year, go through your process of transformation, right? Whatever that might be. You may need to shift your eating habits. I know that's something I'm personally working on. Whatever, maybe you need to shift your mindset and what you're thinking about going on in your head. Maybe you need to shift your environment. Whatever it is, transformation starts now. Transformation is an action word, forward movement, shifting. This show is called The Shift. And so when we talk about transforming, is a process. Understand sometimes your process may take longer than others. Don't beat yourself over the head because it looked like someone else has gotten farther than you. You stay true and committed to your transformation process. And the quote goes on and says, and as life happens, there are tons of ups and downs. It's a journey of discovery. Be excited about the journey of discovery, because on your journey of discovery, you're going to have defining moments, right? We can't have defining moments if we're not on a journey. Where are you going? That's the question. Where are you going? What are you in pursuit of? You have to be in pursuit of something, because while you're in pursuit of whatever that something is, then you're going to discover your defining moments. You can't even have a defining moment if you're not on a journey of going nowhere. You can't have a defining moment because there's no motion. Defining moments are at the intersection of movement and motion. Okay? There are moments of mountaintops, the quote say, and there are moments in deep valley of despair. That's life. You're going to have both. But as a leader, you have to learn how to navigate through the mountaintops and how to navigate through the valley. And sometimes you're navigating by yourself, and sometimes you may have a team. Either way, you got to keep it moving. There's another quote that says, life is a succession of moments. To live each one is to succeed. I'm going to say that again. Life is a succession of moments. To live each one to succeed. And that really connects, I feel, back to that previous quote where it says it's a journey of discovery. Because if this quote says life is a succession of moments, in other words, our moments are strung together. They're interconnected. Succession means ongoing. What is next? What's coming up? Succession. What's the order of things? So when you think about the word succession, typically there's the order to something, right? So life is a succession of moments. Order your life. Have your life been ordered in a certain fashion that you know that you're trending in the direction of your purpose? You're trending in the direction to hit your dreams. You're trending in that direction, right? There's a succession going on in your life. So you've gone through your entry level phase. You're now into your intermediate phase, and now you're continually to go in your growth phase. There should be a succession in your life. There should be forward movement in your life. If there is no forward movement, you cannot have those intersection moments, right? To live each one to succeed. To live each one to succeed. Success, I speak over every single person's life. You will succeed. You will live to succeed, right?